It's gonna be your awning in and out. So in's obviously gonna bring him out. Out's gonna push him out. And we'll show you that. So we bring him in a little bit. There's gonna be a flap that's gonna fall down just like that. And then once that flap comes down, then just run it back out. And now you're all the way out. So once that flap comes straight down and faces you, and then you see a little bit of the tube, that means that you're all the way out.
Okay.
Say you're looking away, talking to somebody, you keep going, it's just going to roll it backwards, so it's not just going to rip it right off the camp or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about that. Any questions on the awning or anything?
Do you have to do anything when it's out? Like when you put it all the way out,
Mhm.
you just leave it?
Yep, that's it. Once it's
And then
out.
when you put it in, same thing? Just
Yep,
bring
once
it in and you're done?
Yeah, once it meets the camper and stops moving, that's all the way in.
And
There's
you
no
don't have to
straps.
strap it down? Okay.
Nope, it's super easy.
So
It's
any
too
like
easy.
per mile an hour winds that you shouldn't leave that.
If it starts kind of like bouncing up and down,
Uh-huh.
kind of lifting up, that's when I would probably run it in, because that's when you risk it kind of
Yeah.
ripping off the camper or something like that.
Okay.
So, tank heater's there, so if it's a little cold out, it will heat up the gray and the black tank, and you'll just kind of flip that guy on, and he just does his thing for you. So there's nothing you have to do with that. You just flip the switch. So super easy there.
Just so they don't freeze, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't bust and all that. Then you got a big old mess underneath.
So you can bathe in warm ways.
Yeah. Tank sensors and how to operate the water heater and the pump is gonna be right here. So up top you got your sensors, so you just push those guys and hold them, then they'll show a reading. So the battery's always gonna read full when you're plugged in, because you're gonna be charging the battery. Once you unplug, that's when you get the proper reading and everything.
Okay.
Next one's gonna be your fresh tank. I will drain that before you go, but I do have water in there, so you can see the pump and water heater working and all that stuff. Okay. Right here you got your black and gray tanks. Those are gonna read empty, but obviously as you're using them, they will get full and stuff. And say you're at a full campsite and they got where you can hook up the sewer and everything for you. Make sure you have those black and gray up to at least 2/3 are full before you actually dump them, because then it needs a little bit of pressure just to suck everything out. So if you just keep them open, it's gonna be the liquid going out, but the solid's just gonna sit there.
You
It's
get a
gonna-
poop pyramid.
Yep, exactly. You don't want that.
So if you're at like half full, do you just leave it?
No, you can dump it then. Like if you're done camping and you're only half full or 1/3 full, just go ahead and dump it just to get it out. But
Okay.
if you can wait for more water, because that's a better flush out. Right here you got 2 water heater switches, so it's gonna be automatic. So all you gotta do is just switch those guys on, and it's gonna do the thing for the water heater. This side's gonna be your electric side, which I do have on, because you don't know until it does get hot. So I want to show you guys that it does work before you get out of here.
Okay.
Then you got your propane side, so if I switch this guy off, turn this guy on, you do have a fault light up here. So say the water heater tries to light, it's gonna do 3 cycles, it doesn't light by then, the red light's gonna pop up and tell you, hey, it didn't light, turn it off, turn it back on, because there might be air in the lines. But say you do that a couple times, it still hasn't lit, then you might have a problem with the water heater and you might need to get it checked out. So,
Okay.
and always make sure your front propane tanks are on for that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, those two, or maybe you're out of propane.
Yeah, or that too, yep.
So when you turn it off and turn it back on, and again, like what do you check first if it doesn't? If you know you have propane. and
If you
everything.
know you have propane and you know all the air's out, then I'll
Yeah.
show you some on the back of the water heater. It might have a reset button, but we'll check
Oh,
that to make
okay,
sure. So
okay.
I'll show you that. Now I'm gonna switch that guy back off. The light never popped on, so it did light, just so you guys know that. And then water pump there is gonna draw that water out of that fresh tank if you need it. So the fresh tank's only if you're dry camping, so you're staying in a Walmart parking lot, you fill it up just before you go, so then you got portable water wherever you're at. And then the pump is used to draw that water out of there because it's just a tank, so there's nothing pushing it out. So they give you the pump to pump the water out to all your systems.
So that's
Okay.
this.
Yeah, that's gonna be that far away.
Okay.
And I do got the water on too, so that is running off the pump, and you'll hear it